All right, here we are at Sherwood. We're a little worried now. We just saw a robbery take place.
Stick up. Remember, she did the joke. Stick up.
It was a stick-up. Organized crime, fairies, and outlaws?
They're not fairies. They're birds. Remember, she keeps telling us she's a bird.
She said that. I'm pretty sure she was she was fae.
Okay. Well, I'll have to believe you because I believe any bird that tells me they're a bird.
That's weird.
Oh, I mean, if a bird tells you she's a bird, I mean, you can't really argue with them.
So, fans, we're definitely worried now.
I'm worried about the
Silver
security.
was guarded well by well, I guess not guarded well, but
No,
Silver was guarded by members of the. Oh, now I can forget the robbery. Now I can hit Pocky in the face with my feathers. This is even better.
Wait, where's Valerie? Wait, where's Valerie? Did your wife just get killed? Oh wait, there she is.
We found her.
Okay,
Nobody stole her.
Nobody stole your wife. I'm now being beaten up by a feather. This is. Welcome, fanboy, fan service. Again, we're back from our extravagant adventures in South by Southwest movie. If you missed it, well, you'll soon be able to watch clips of that and our full adventures that we all had during that magnificent movie time that I'm desperately trying to remember most of because
we were exhausted.
We were so exhausted. Like it looked like zombies were pouring out at that point.
To interrupt my husband, we're back with Fanservice today, doing our summer movie extravaganza, talking about what's coming up soon, discussing what we think is going to be fun, what's going to be not so cool, and of course we've got Pocky. I'm Courtney from The Streaming Queens with Alice and our regular host
Kimberly Balduf.
So if you're wondering where Gavin is currently working with Eddie Rotten to work on a new show we're doing with the Zombie Podcast crew.
Zombie Life Podcast is doing a live show soon.
Yes, and that will be coming up later this fall with a whole bunch of other shows, including some real surprises that we hope to talk about later at the end of the month. But for right now, we're going to be talking about summer blockbusters. We're putting the time frame just to give everyone a chance to understand from the first weekend of April to the first weekend of September, Labor Day weekend. And we're going to go from that point, those 2 points, and we're going to go in order by date and, of course, things. First weekend of April, I have to make the joke, no movie comes out that week that's worth a darn. But God's Not Dead 2 and a couple other ones. I make the joke because that nothing comes out that week is because that is the same week that Star Wars Episode 7 comes out on Blu-ray. So, yeah, we know why nothing comes out.
Yeah, also, that's kind of the joke. Is April Fools.
April
no
Fools.
Good movies.
No good movies. If you're there at the movies, you're playing a prank on those poor guys.
But April 8th, for us sci-fi action fans, Hardcore Henry.
Let's look at that one. Oh my God, I'm looking forward to this one. I mean, I don't know how well my stomach will handle it because Hardcore Henry is that first-person action adventure thriller.
Yeah, it's filmed basically like someone's got a GoPro stuck to the top of their head. If you've seen movies like this, like Superman with a GoPro and whatnot, you're pretty much got the idea of what this movie's about. Since it's a full 90 minutes. So what do you guys think?
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to take Dramamine before going in because, like Courtney said, it's going to end up being like that. And I can't imagine it in IMAX.
Depends on how they handle the camera work, actually. So,
yeah.
I mean,
I've seen a bit of a preview, and it's really like someone's got a GoPro right where the Iron Man thing should be, and I just see fists and
well, it's supposed to be first-person shooter, because first-person shooters, also all the guns are like...
Oh, yeah, I know, but it's motion.
Yeah.
So skip... Weird. So April 15th is the...
Did Alice get a chance to say anything?
Sorry.
It's a risk. I mean, for Hardcore Henry, it's a risky move. I like the fact that he's kind of thinking outside of the box, but this could really go either really, really awesome or terrible.
Who was the director on that one?
Alien
I'm so sorry, I'm going to butcher this name.
Nishula.
Naishuler. Ilya Naishuler, starring...
A lot of people from the Rooster
yeah.
Teeth experience. So if you guys like your Rooster Teeth, because this is by STX Entertainment. But moving on a little thing, because we have a lot of these get through, because we haven't got through April yet. Jungle Book, Walt Disney live action Jungle Book movie.
Can they stop making live action movies, please?
This one actually looks really, really good.
So
It's
everything
releasing
should
on the
be
15th.
animated by what you've said.
Well,
No
thing
more
is-
live action, just all CG people or cartoons.
I have absolutely no problem with live action movies for Disney. I have a problem with them remaking their animated movies in live action.
But
I don't, mainly because one of my favorites is coming up soon, and the main character is played by one of my favorite actresses. And anybody who knows me can hit the nail on the head with one strike.
so the big thing
I
about
mean,
this
yes,
though is
Beauty and the Beast does look amazing.
Okay, but it's not the movie coming up. Jungle Book, however, does look amazing. I've seen some of the previews. I mean, you've got some really talented cast, and unlike certain other production companies that like to whitewash their films, both remakes and original ideas, Jungle Book, aside from the voice acting cast, actually cast native to India actors.
well,
I mean,
the main male is actually born in New York, but he is.
well, I
from
mean,
India. He's
but-
first generation American. Yeah.
His parents are from India, so he's got that look. He can. Oh my God! It looks like it's gonna be fun. Besides, Idris Elba playing Shere Khan.
Christopher Walken as King Louie, and of course, the great Bill Murray as Baloo.
I know.
That actually might be interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
But here's the thing. Gotta remember, the original Jungle Book movie, not the Disney one, the original movie that was ever made for the Jungle Book was 1937, 42-ish era, about that time, was live action, and it was really, really good. It's a Criterion movie at this point.
Yeah, Golden Age classic Hollywood. And I mean,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this one.
So, next one
week.
is, the week after, 22nd, Huntsman, the Winter's War. Or as I like to put it, Thor versus Elsa.
I'm not too sure what to make of this, because the first one, while visually appealing, didn't really have much else in the way of substance aside from some really brilliant acting on Chris Hemsworth's part. Or is it Liam Hemsworth? It's one
Chris,
of the Hemsworth.
It's Chris Hemsworth. It was
Yeah,
Christian,
it was Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, it was Chris, and it was also Christian Stewart as Snow White, and
Charlize Theron as the
Wicked
Evil
One.
Queen.
which she's reprising her role for this
Yes.
movie, even though, spoiler alert, she was killed in that movie. They brought her back because they even showed that in the trailer, her coming back.
No, she's an evil queen. Evil
Yeah.
never really dies.
So-
I mean, have y'all seen the trailers for it yet?
I haven't even seen the first movie, so I have no idea.
I'm not too sure about this one because it looks like it's a
I
completely
actually
different
enjoyed the
story.
first one. I enjoyed the first one because the first one was Snow White and the Seven Dwarves versus the Evil Queen, except when they went after the Evil Queen, it was like a full-on Legion army.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, we're going after the Evil Queen in her castle, we're going to have to go siege this thing.
That's actually something I would like to see in a dark, that's why I like the original, because it was kind of a dark and gritty Disney movie,
Right,
which, fits that kind of story.
right.
Oh yeah.
So,
I mean,
It's after
most
that.
fairy tales, when you get down to the heart, are kind of dark and
yeah.
That's
With
why
the-
they're
we'll-
Grimm's
we'll go
fairy
on.
tales. I mean, they're
Yeah.
called Grimm
yeah.
for a reason. Last name
Well,
and for substance.
Yeah, but the Hunters War, I like the fact that the Huntsmen actually are like a group. They're actually treated as an organization. So it actually explains why this guy was an incredible badass, because apparently there's like a whole group of them that are incredible badasses. So it's going to be interesting. April 29th, we're going to end the thing off with Ratchet and Clank by Sony Entertainment. I have to say, if you haven't seen, any of you guys play the game from the PlayStation?
Nope.
So I did.
a little, yeah.
You did.
No.
The thing is, I have to say this is one of the few times where everyone's like, wow, how are you going to make a good video? Is there such thing as a good video game movie? Ratchet and Clank actually might be, for the first time ever, a actually good video game movie, because they have the voice actors from the game doing their roles. Plus, actually, they got like Bill Murray and a couple other characters to do new characters for the role. And a lot of the sequences in the movies look like something that could have been the game.
Yeah.
As
Only-
long as it's not pixels, I think it's going to be a great video game movie.
Yes.
Well,
oh my
yeah,
God, it
but
needs to be
that's
pixels
like-
at this point.
Ant-Man can't even crawl underneath that lowered bar.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ant-Man, good segue, Kim.
Hey, I need to please.
Exactly. So, getting into May now, that was
May
all of
6th.
April. May 6th. Captain America and the Civil War. Or as I like to call it, Captain America, we broke the internet. Congratulations.
Or Captain America, I'm going to break your heart now.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to this one simply because I've read some of the Civil War storyline in the comics, and oh my God, Marvel got dark for a good space of time with that one. I'm wondering how they're going to handle it in the cinematic universe, considering cinematic universe picks from both Ultimates and several of the other lines. It's not just one particular thing, and at this point it's its own unique world. I mean, one thing I do have to say about it though, the Spider-Man costume, I hope they improve the CG on that just a very slight bit. There was something about the eyes that bugged me. No pun
Were they
intended.
googly? Were they?
No, they were just small because they're pulling a little bit of Deadpool where the whites and the eyes will adjust.
Okay.
Depending. Well, it's because otherwise it's like, hi, I'm this character and I have expressions. I'm expressing.
Spidey's never needed expressions before. He's fine.
Well, actually, in the comics they do make the eyes move. So
in
yeah,
the comics, yeah, but the other movies, he
Yeah.
never had it.
Well, yeah, but Sam Raimi. I mean, it was Toby's acting that was supposed to make it emotional. I guess. I don't know.
Tobey Maguire. I'm looking forward to seeing the new actor because we had some good ones, but I mean, let's not us dominate the conversation.
Right.
Do you have anything?
I'm a giant Marvel fan, and I have read the Civil War about 50 times. I am excited for this movie, and everything I see about this movie just makes me more and more excited. And actually, with Spider-Man's eyes, I can let that slide strictly because since he's friends with Tony Stark, Tony probably gave him like telescoping eye masks,
Yeah.
which makes a little bit more
That makes
sense.
sense.
And that can be summed up that way.
So for you, I have a question. Final fight sequence. If it's not in the negative zone, how disappointed are you? Because that would be totally awesome. And you
Final
know it.
fight sequence, if Captain America doesn't die, I'll be heavily disappointed.
Oh, he's not going to die because he's already there. They've already kind of hit.
No.
He's too lucrative to die, is what you're trying to say.
no. At this point, you'd have to make they've already hinted like other movies coming up, and he's going to be in them. So
Of course.
we know he's not going to die.
They
which
might do a. Speaking of that, they might actually take it.
Flashback.
Do a specific Death of Captain America movie with him at the end of his run as Captain America,
So
because that was an event in Marvel.
Yeah. That came in on it.
Next one.
Next one
May
is going to
20th.
be one of my nominees for a Golden Raspberry, folks.
Colton. I don't even want to know.
The Angry Birds movie.
Oh, I was like wondering what a golden raspberry is. I'm like, should I
golden
even
ras-
internet that?
The Razzies.
The Razzies, the worst movies made.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. I thought you just made that up.
No.
Oh my God!
I
we
was
need
like,
to
that
introduce
sounds like
you
a
to the
horrible
Razzies
thing.
now.
It's like I don't want to even Google that. That sounds horrible.
No, the Golden Razzies is an award that goes to the worst movies of the year.
Okay, I can think of a few.
Yeah.
Oh,
So this
man.
would be this is
going to be the animated feature that gets nominated.
The bad thing is it's actually going to make money because how many people play that app? How many people bought stuff? It's
yeah.
going to go off well.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
we may gripe and groan at it because we're just like, horrible cinema.
No,
playing
there are
to
worse
the-
movies we're going to be talking about
Oh, yeah.
later.
Yeah, we're getting there, folks. Right?
It's like
yeah.
every DC movie so far. You gripe and you complain about it, but it's going to make me money.
No, Resident Evil, best example of that. Resident Evil still makes money.
I like the movies.
Yeah.
I kind
Don't
of
like
did.
the
I have a
games.
big crush on Mila Jovovich, so I mean,
Yes.
it's.
But moving
I
on
can
to the Angry
understand
Birds, the Angry Bird. I don't. To me though, the problem is this with all the other kid flicks coming out this year. The fact that 2 weeks beforehand or the week beforehand you have a Ratchet and Clank movie. It's a video game movie that actually looks really good. I don't see the Angry. I see. Yes, I agree with you. The Angry Birds movie is going to make cash. I don't think it's going to make its budget back because the amount of money they've.
How
Well, no,
much
they had to
budget
get
does
licensed.
it need? I mean,
You would be surprised because it's got some big names attached.
I
to
actually have a question about this. When they look at metrics in terms of return, do they actually include?
They never include marketing. They just include
Okay.
for a thing. Because if it's included the marketing, to be fair, if it was included marketing, technically Star Wars barely made its money back because
Yeah.
of how much marketing that thing had.
Yeah. Now, if we're not talking about marketing, it might actually make its money back because it's an animated feature. It's not exactly top of the line animation like we're going to be getting with a movie that just released with Zootopia or a couple of others that are releasing later this year.
Yeah, Columbia
It's-
Pictures is responsible for it. The problem is it doesn't look very good. It looks, to be honest, it looks like something that should go on direct to video.
It's a quick dollar movie.
It
probably is.
They're capitalizing on the fact that it's a very popular app.
Have you guys seen the trailer yet? Either of you?
I don't want to see the trailer. Please don't make me see the trailer.
We watched it just out of like.
What
I watched it out of total
self-hate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's
Morbid
one of total morbid curiosity. Like, how bad can this? Oh God, this is like the first 2 minutes, just first half minute of the trailer was like.
They made a movie out of the game, and it is.
No. They don't even include the trailers they showed so far doesn't include game footage. Like, so they don't make you realize that this is a game.
Well, no. It's there are moments where you can tell they're setting up for movie stylized mechanics of the game, where one of those birds is just going to slingshot into a pile of pigs.
Or poo.
Oh,
it's gotta be a poop joke. It's gotta be a poop joke.
Probably.
So the next one I'm going to include that actually comes out the next week after.
You just said poo and then comes out in like the same basic sentence.
May 20th.
May 27th.
I know where your mind is right now.
Exactly.
Oh, we are going to.
Oh, yeah, okay. This one because this is not an action. This is an action movie. This is one I'm really looking forward to. The Nice Guys. Has anyone other than me and her seen the trailer for this one?
Did I see the trailer?
Yes, I've shown you the trailer twice.
By force?
Probably.
It's directed by Shane Black. And it's got Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling in it.
No, you've never shown me the trailer for this.
It's the one where Ryan Gosling gets his arm broken in the first half minute of the trailer?
No.
Okay. It's
a really interesting. Several times by yourself.
About it.
All right.
Now that I remember.
It's 1970s crime thriller.
I think I've seen this one.
We're like basically they're supposed to protect this woman's daughter, and it turns out she's the DA. Yeah, I've told you guys about this. Basically, the DA wants the daughter protected. Turns out what she's trying to do is stop the cartel from turning Los Angeles into a gun running facility. It looks like a lot of fun. It looks like a Guy Ritchie movie that's not Guy Ritchie.
It sounds like a Jackie Chan movie that I've seen. He has to protect his little girl.
Yeah.
Yes. But the whole thing is like it reminds me of a lot of 70s. It reminds me of a lot of really good 70s. None of the guys, like the good guys aren't really that good. They're just not as bad as the bad guys. I mean, Russell Crowe's character literally starts off the movie by breaking Ryan Gosling's arm because he owes like money to somebody. And then he has to get Ryan Gosling to go to help him like solve this case. It looks like a lot of fun. It looks like a 70s throwback. I'd recommend it. That's the only reason it's on the list. Then May 27th.
Here's something that we could talk about now.
I'm going to step out of this one because, yeah.
Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Did it hurt?
A little bit. The books made it seem so easy.
Well, that's why you got me. I make it.
I was actually making the joke because of the story behind the books. Alice Through the Looking Glass is where the guy was. He was looking through the glass.
Yeah.
Because if you really know the Lord
I'm actually looking forward to this because they are keeping the visual style that Tim Burton established, but it's not actually a Tim Burton film. It's going to be directed by
James Bobbin.
James Bobbin, and I don't know what else he's directed. I can't remember off the top of my head.
James Bobbin directed the last two.
Trivia Machine.
Actually, no, I did my homework, unlike some people.
I did my homework. I just can't remember everything.
No, Kim's like, that's
I'm admitting to it. I didn't do anything.
James Bobbin did the last two Muppet movies.
Okay.
So, I mean, he's done a couple other things, but the most notable thing recently he did was the two.
I'm not sure how I'm going to take this movie because Alan Rickman did complete his lines for this movie. And the first time I saw the trailer and saw Absalom, I had to pause for a second to grab a tissue because I was just like, oh my, I wasn't prepared to hear the voice. And I'm tearing up now. I miss Alan Rickman.
Yeah, Alan Rickman, sadly, this will be his last completed movie. So.
Yeah, and I hope it's a good one just for his memory.
So, you saw the trailers, so what did you guys think? Or you saw you did.
Didn't
either?
Homework.
Am I the only one that's actually looking forward to this movie?
The only problem I have with this movie is it's not actually Through the Looking Glass.
Which, okay, now, to be fair, I'm perfectly okay with because as a series of books, I don't like Lewis Carroll. I have issues.
Shots fired.
I like other people treating Alice in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass. I like their tellings.
I feel this is this is like someone making the American McGee's Alice in Wonderland games as a movie. It's got that same feel to me.
Hey,
My problem with the last movie was the problem I had like with Lone Ranger. They had Johnny Depp, and because Tim Burton still has this gigantic man crush on him, like it had to be the Mad Hatter. It was called Alice in Wonderland, but it should have been called we have the Mad Hatter. The Mad Hatter is in this movie.
Okay, now to be fair, Johnny Depp will eat scenery. Not entirely his fault, but Mia Wasikowska did an amazing job competing against him for scenery.
Right, but
Oh
that
my God, that
should
was
have
amazing.
not been
Eating
a fight.
scenery brought a weird thought to my head. I just imagine him, like as a kid, just eating the cardboard tree, and that's how he got famous. He just ate the scenery.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you think about his first movie was Nightmare on Elm Street, the scenery ate him.
Oh. So it was filmed in Russia.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You ever see the first Nightmare on Elm Street? He gets sucked into the bed, and then like 300 gallons of blood gets shot up in the air.
Right.
Speaking of blood shot in the air, X-Men Apocalypse.
I don't think it's going to be that bloody.
Have you seen the trailer?
Okay,
I am questioning now at this point, is Marvel and DC in a competition to see how much of is Fox and DC and a Marvel in this sort of bizarre comic book fight to see how much city they can destroy in one movie?
Yeah, this might be true. I haven't really been paying attention that much to X-Men Apocalypse. It looks great. But at the same time, it also, I don't know. I liked First Class. The next one was okay. And then I'm just kind of like, well, we're there. Great actors. I mean, y'all could probably extrapolate more.
I can talk forever on this one.
Oh.
I just watched the
Same
trailer
here.
this morning again and again and again. Okay.
Sounds like another
This
predicament.
looks. Age of Apocalypse was one of the most it's like the Civil War of the X-Men world.
this isn't
it
Age of the
shakes the
Apocalypse.
foundation of the X-Men alliance.
Well, this isn't the Age of the Apocalypse story, though, because otherwise that would be, this is set back in time, but this is more...
They are getting, you see future
It's loosely
Wolverine.
based.
It's better than really loose, because how it ends is Apocalypse kills Xavier, and then you start the new age.
Oh, so he becomes Scott Summers?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But to me, I agree. My biggest concern about this movie, though, was when they first started showing off the costumes, and the statement was, "Congratulations, you made cosplayers." Showed off that cosplayers could do costumes better than you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen what Apocalypse? If you see what Apocalypse looks like,
Before
now that
you
I've seen the movie, I understand why
I've seen the trailer.
Seen the trailer, I understand why he looks the way he does. When they first showed off the actor in the costume in a still,
without any backstory behind it, it was like, okay, why the heck is Ooze sitting there among Storm and Magneto? Why?
he
That-
looked
that's
like a
not-
Power Rangers villain.
Yeah.
He literally does.
He actually
Rita
is a
Repulsa.
Power villain.
Yeah, he looks like something Rita Repulsa should throw a staff down and like, make my monster grow.
Oh my god!
That was eerily accurate.
That was spot on.
Thank you. But
Help!
but I don't know. This isn't one of those. Again, this is going to make lots of money. I agree with you.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what happens, this is going to make lots of cash. The real sign for me is though. This is the ultimate sign of, to me though. The ultimate sign is, can we have an Apocalypse? Can we have an X-Men movie now without Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart, and Hugh Jackman at all?
I thought,
None whatsoever.
is he not, okay? He's not even making
None
a
of
cameo? Okay.
none of them are in this movie.
It's because he has to do Wolverine 3, so he only has one movie left.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing is it makes no sense for him to be at this point. He wouldn't been with the X-Men until the 90s. The only reason he was in First Class, but he still would have to be wherever he would have to be in history, because he still would be with. Technically, if it exists in the movie universe, he would be with Alpha Flight.
I'm going to counterpoint you with this, because at the end of Days of Future Past, it is Mystique who finds him. So thus, because you have Mystique in this movie, you could very well have Hugh Jackman.
True.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other thing. We could go on literally like an entire thing of like X-Men story movies, and we could dissect it now. Thank you.
Next one.
Oh God! So the next moment for those who like this movie, you're about to get 30,000 pounds of Vile. Now, moving on to the movie. June 3rd, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Out of the Shadows, and back into the closet.
That's what the real title should be. Says, please put that back in the closet. That's crappy.
I just
Back on the shelf.
I hate the reinvent. I really hate it. I can't.
Like I said, we warned ahead of time. We're giving this movie file.
I was willing to give it a chance, and since no, I can't even give it a chance. I saw one of the stills from the trailer that somebody decided to use as a thumbnail for the YouTube link. And I saw it, and then all of a sudden I got flashbacks to episode 1 from Star Wars, because Donatello, I think, is the one. It's hard to see their colors. The nerdy one. Donatello, right? Yes.
Yeah, Donatello's the nerdy one.
Oh my god. I saw the Gungans again, because he's just making this weird face.
He has his O face on.
I don't want to know what he's doing in this particular scene.
driving a
Hopefully
car.
sausage is not involved.
No sausages involved, thank God. But, oh my lord. Flashbacks. I couldn't even get through the trailer.
I just don't like the faces really got to me, how they redid them. It's too human.
Well, the thing is, Jim Henson, not even going on the whole nostalgia. Jim Henson did it with mechanical suits and actors in them. We could make those same suits.
And better.
At 1/10 the weight at this point because of servos and stuff.
Yeah.
And it would look better. CGI never ages well. This movie is a CGI splooge. The only reason the big thing about this movie that people are really going to go see it for, in my opinion, is 2 names: Rocksteady and Bebop. The fact that Ninja Turtle fans have been begging for those two to be in a movie, and they're in this one.
And I actually have to admit, as bad as the Turtles look, Rocksteady and Bebop look amazing.
Yeah, that's the problem. The heroes look bad. The villains look really well designed, minus the Shredder. Still,
Shredder is a lost cause at this point.
So
he's always been a lost cause.
He slices, he dices. He looks horrible on movies.
I will say this, for all those who say it, no, he is not directing this movie. This is not a Michael Bay directed film. Get it out of your head. He is the producer, and it is his Platinum News company. He is still not a director of this movie.
Yeah.
Sorry,
it is directed by Dave Green, which is...
one of his buddies.
Yeah, one of his buddies. It's still kind of that explosion fest that recent Michael Bay is.
He's
Everything
so you're telling
explodes.
me
It's not.
It's not a Michael Bay directed film, but it might as well be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
here's 100, make an explosion over there. That's what a producer does.
Yeah. Producer does, but at the same time, I don't want it's like me with Tim Burton and Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't like it when people say he's the director. He's really not. If you want to put Violet to this movie, put it to where it belongs, which is a director who's obviously proven all he cares about is making a fairly ugly movie that doesn't feel like it's moving at all.
Yeah.
Oh, The Last Airbender.
Exactly.
Or he only cares about what Michael Bay senpai tells him.
Right.
Probably.
Senpai noticed
So,
me.
so we're going to
gave
go
me a
from
movie.
Vile to I'm going to have to step back a little bit
she's gonna
because
explode.
June 10th.
Oh no.
Warcraft!
Courtney
Oh,
bomb.
no, we're going to talk about Central Intelligence. We're going to, okay.
No.
Now
no.
your turn.
Warcraft. I am looking forward to this movie simply because I want to see how a beautifully cinematic game becomes a cinematic movie. And from what I've seen of the previews, it looks pretty darn good. Yes, the orcs don't exactly translate very well from what I've seen, but at the same time, they still translate better than what I was initially expecting when I first heard of this project. They look good. I'm getting the origin story. I'm getting a slightly different retelling of the origin story.
Yeah, no Gates of Madness.
Yeah, but it's going to be beautiful, and it might actually lead to something good in the game, hopefully. I mean, is anybody other than me kind of bouncing in their chair for this movie? Have you seen the previews yet?
I have seen the previews. I have seen the trailers. I have a feeling that this is going to be like Blizzard setting themselves up to be like Disney with the fact that they're not going to let their something fail under their watch, especially something they've waited and tried and fought this hard to get.
I know.
I would compare it to Disney. I would compare it more to Ubisoft or even.
But Ubisoft doesn't make movies.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, they're making
Tomb Raider.
one.
Oh, they're making it.
No, Tomb Raider. Ubisoft Films' his first movie is this year. I will explain later. We'll continue with Warcraft.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to it because it's just, I've explored these places so often as a character in World of Warcraft. No, it's not World of Warcraft. It's the actual 1, 2, and 3, before 1, practically, where we get to see Old Lordaeron before it gets destroyed and things like that. The coming across the barriers between the orcs and the humans. And it's just, I get to see those places in beautifully rendered and on location shots. And I'm looking forward to that touristy fact alone, because I'm a big World of Warcraft fan. If I can show you my phone, I can prove to you how big of a World of Warcraft fan I am. For the Alliance. Nope. Sorry.
Horde. Are you Horde? I think I last played Horde, but that was years ago.
I'm part of the Boston Republic now that like goes off, and I have like a multiple nuke launcher. Because Fallout, I guess. Okay. I wait for my Fallout movie, and I know it. So,
you did get Fallout movie. You got Mad Max.
Well, okay,
well, it's not technically.
Not technically, but I mean, it's close enough, right?
Yeah, no. So, moving on to June 17th, because after June 10th, we have June 17th. Mm-hmm. Going from a somewhat adult to mature, not totally, bloody, but more mature, to a total kids
Warcraft,
movie.
Not bloody?
Well, no, I'm talking about Mad Max level. It's not gonna be rated R. It's PG-13. So. No. Finding Dory.
Yeah, Finding Dory.
I keep reading that on this. The thing is Finding Dora. I kept thinking Dora the Explorer went too far, got lost, and we gotta go find her like Nemo. So I was like, I kept having to reread that.
Okay, now you're not quite far off the mark. Have you seen the trailer yet?
No, of course didn't do homework.
So yeah, I have. So basically, the story is for this one. For those who don't know, the story is that Dory lives with Nemo and his dad. His name. Nemo and his dad, basically the thing. She has a dream where she starts remembering something, and she's trying to go find.
Oh, okay. I have seen this trailer then.
Yeah.
On accident.
Yeah. She's searching for herself and her family, essentially. So she's finding herself.
Yeah, she was
and it's got Idris Elba again. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of repeating actors we're having this year. Idris Elba, Ed O'Neill is in this movie. So.
Is it?
Since there's so many sequels, I keep going back to the Spaceballs line of the quest for more money.
Right.
I think that's really what a lot of these are. Is like it's the second, the third, the fourth, the whatever, and it just seems like the quest for more money.
Now, I love you. You are
coming soon.
Seriously,
Kim,
I want the flamethrower. I called the Spaceballs flamethrower.
You've unlocked the achievement Segway Queen. Because speaking
we
of
need to have it like on the bottom.
Right. Speaking of the quest for more money, Independence Day.
Yes.
Resurgence. I like to call it Revengeance because I think that's probably what they originally wanted to call it.
I'm looking forward to it, but that's simply because I do kind of have a soft spot for super cheesy action flicks like Independence Day 1 was. I'm going to try to keep him on a leash because he will go on a rant about Independence Day.
I did not like Independence Day. I have a question though.
But I also know it wasn't a great movie.
I have a question. How many monuments is left for Roland Emmerich to destroy? Because I think they destroyed all of them in the first movie. What's left to destroy? Oh wait, they're gonna blow up the moon because we saw that in the trailer.
Right.
So
yeah. I guess I did.
But here's the thing. Like my thing about this movie is, it was it's like 20 years since the last one came out.
I feel old now. Thank you.
Well, I worked in the movie theater when it came out, so it's even worse for me.
We're all old.
Yeah, exactly. We're old people, and we don't like these newfangled things.
But I'm looking forward to it because I get my Levinsons back. I loved the Levinsons. We've got most of the main cast coming back. We've got Bill Pullman reprising his role. I think the only person we're not getting back is, of course,
Will Smith, right?
Yeah, Will Smith and the Quaid. Quaid because he died in the movie.
Will
Smith because Will Smith is.
Yeah,
Will Smith.
We're not getting Quaid back also because he's currently on the run from the law.
Yeah, Quaid is kind of taken a turn for the worse recently.
Yeah.
He's pulling his character, which is weird.
Yeah. The one that gets me, who's making a comeback in this movie, is Brent Spiner.
I don't know. I think he's going to be primarily flashback.
So you're like, who?
Yeah, most of these names I'm like,
the doctor that got strangled and pressed up against the glass.
The one that the aliens were using as a puppet.
A hand puppet man. Okay.
Yeah, he was dead. I mean, I think they even put a bullet through him. Like, he was dead. when they talked about like the returning cast members, like here's this character, here's what this character. Brent Spiner shows up, and I'm like,
wait, what?
They're just doing a weekend of Bernie's with him. That's all they're really doing. They've got him propped
they're
up in the corner
literally got the puppet
somewhere.
back.
Or I'm calling it either one of two ways. That's either flashback exposition dump, or he's a clone, or he's Data.
Or he's AI.
Or the alien tech that they salvaged, they brought him back, or some kind of weird, random, far-stretched thing.
They pull a Jason X. He's now like part cyborg, part human. He just wants his machete back.
Every time he leaves the room, I'll be back.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
No, he can't leave the room. He's a hologram.
Do you have any opinions about this? Because you're just sitting there quiet.
I was very much a fan of the first movie. This one looks a little bit like them trying to jump the shark. Just me. But I had 2 roommates at home that are waving flags in anticipation for this movie. So
I'm looking forward to it. It may not be the one I'm looking forward to the most, but I'm looking forward to it simply because I know it's probably not going to be the best, but I am expecting all the explosions and the witty banter that I got. I am kind of sad that we don't get the banter between Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum. But I'm glad that we got Jeff Goldblum back.
No, they've got a new character to have Jeff Goldblum have witty conversation with in space. So,
well, as long as I get that conversation, because that's like my favorite thing ever.
Questions now for this movie. Well, you think it's going to be iBook Pro or an iBook Air that's going to save the human race this time?
MacBook.
Yeah, MacBook Pro or MacBook Air.
Yeah. What product is Apple selling this time?
We proved that they can be hacked, so
it's going to be the Apple Watch.
It's the Apple Watch.
Yeah, that's it. I'm agreeing.
The data's transferred to the Apple Watch. Yeah.
Goldblum's just like done. We didn't even have to leave the planet.
This one. Legend of Tarzan on July 1st. Can you let me finish?
I was saying July 1st. Then I was going to whatever.
He never listens to me.
Whatever.
But I love you.
Cool.
Anyway, July 1st, Legend of Tarzan. From what I've seen of the trailers, it looks pretty darn... I can't say the word I was going to use.
So
pretty darn awesome.
Yeah, you didn't see the trailer for this one either. We were actually talking about some of these trailers beforehand, and you were like, it's got Sam Jackson, and you're like, it's got Samuel Jackson? I'm like, yeah. Apparently at one point, dual-wielding pistols killing bad guys. And you're like
that doesn't even seem like
this is Tarzan? So did you see the trailer?
I have seen the trailer. The problem with this is, I think Sam Jackson's gotten to the point of Johnny Depp where he just eats scenery.
I keep envisioning this now, and I got him with an eye patch eating scenery.
With the dual pistols going
he's got the pistols in his hand, he's just eating scenery. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you, but the problem is like, you go back to Samuel L. Jackson, before even Snakes on a Plane, Samuel L. Jackson has 3 modes. Really quiet and somber, like early movie stuff. Then he's got I'm Sam Jackson, and then it's Sam Jackson turn up to 12. In this movie does seem like Samuel L. Jackson turned up to 12, and it looks fun.
I'm looking forward to it though, because I don't know how historically accurate they're going to be, because the time period would have been around the late 1800s, early 1900s, maybe up to 1910. That's when the books were set. And this is something of a post-leaving Africa thing, because there's a scene in the trailer, I'm not spoiling anything by this, where they're talking...
Trailer.
Yeah, I'm not spoiling anything.
Well, we want to make sure that everyone's like, is this spoiler? Well, it's in the trailer.
It's in the trailer. You have Tarzan sitting behind a beautiful English desk with a tea set next to him. Everybody's talking to him. They say something, and Tarzan just kind of lifts the teacup with pinky raised, proper British style, and just kind of cocks his eyebrow and your point being.
And Samuel Jackson's character throws a pulp magazine from the early eras, this
one of them
cheap
dime store
novels, and it says Tarzan the Ape Man on it, and it's him. He's like, you're this, and apparently they're not doing. This is kind of weird, and this is why I actually have a lot of respect for this movie. They're not doing an origin story. They're not doing the origin of Tarzan. Apparently, they're going to treat part of the movie as this is a guy who was raised by gorillas in the jungle. That's all you need to know. He met Jane. They fell in love. They went back to England, where he finds out he's a millionaire. And then it's and now from this point, here's the rest of the story. They're treating it like the Mummy, Brendan Fraser Mummy movie. Yeah. We're not going to explain everything to you because you already know it. We don't need to explain this to you. You know Tarzan.
Right.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it simply because it's also David Yates directing, and I know of a couple of David Yates films. I think he directed one of the Harry Potter films.
He did.
Yeah, that alone is like, I'm looking forward to this.
I think it was 3, wasn't it?
Yes, it
Yes.
was. He directed 3.
Best one.
Yeah.
Right, and so I have a lot of I feel really good about this movie. The fact that the actor lost a lot of fat and put on a lot of muscle. If you look at it, I make the joke, you can grate cheese on that chest.
Oh.
So.
Oh my gosh.
Moving
on
before
all
the girls get all of the vapors.
It's going to get a little steamy, I think.
Oh, the vapors are touching.
This will kind of calm us
The vapors
down.
are a bad thing, by the way.
I don't know what to make of this one. July
Don't breathe them
8th,
in.
Secret Life of Pets.
Okay, so she's kind of torn on this one. Have you seen the trailer for this one?
Yes, I have seen the trailer on this one. It's kind of lacking in the story from what I've seen of the trailer.
Yeah.
Now, which one of the there's 3 trailers total have been revealed?
I think I've
the
seen
first one.
piecemeal of all 3 of them. I can't remember which one was which.
You haven't seen any of them.
I've seen a picture.
Okay.
It's after Zootopia. I'm not sure how well this movie is going to do. It's
Well, they're spaced enough apart.
Oh yeah, it's way.
yeah, and they're completely different storylines, but it's also Universal Studios and Illumination Entertainment.
And to me, this is this year's Shrek movie.
Yeah.
It's got Louis C.K. It's got a lot of, I would say, more mature comedians. Not like it's got Kevin Hart in it. So these are comedians who know how to both do like very mature comedy, but they've also been on television, so they know how to edit themselves and make thing. The other thing I feel about this movie is the plot revolves around the Secret Life of Pets. Apparently there's a bunny rabbit trying to liberate the pets of New York to form an army. And the pets, and the bunny rabbit is voiced by Louis C.K.
I did see it because I
Yes.
went to see Deadpool, and that was the trailer.
Right.
So I did see it.
So yeah,
I'm-
you see why I say it kind of feels like it's going to be the next Shrek, like it's this year's Shrek.
where it has
Yeah.
amazing potential. And honestly, before Shrek came out and dominated, it could have gone either way with the way the trailers went. I'm hoping it goes the good way because, honestly, more things for
So
people
you
to
guys
watch.
That's why I say like this year's like there's a lot of really good family movies. That's why certain ones like why would you bother to see this? In a week or two, there's going to be another good one.
Right.
Speaking of not so good family movie, that's
Not so good family movie because this is not exactly a family movie.
oh no, it's family. Oh wait, sorry, I
Tell us
skipped
what
one.
it is, and we can decide.
No,
Ghost-
I skipped one. Sorry,
Okay.
Ghostbusters.
this is not a family movie.
Not a family movie.
Kind
Well,
of.
no, I
I-
skipped ahead. Sorry.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because he's not paying attention as usual.
I never pay attention. So, Ghostbusters, the all-female cast with Paul Feig, director of Bridesmaids. He's worked with half this cast before. The other half of this cast are Saturday Night alum. Actually, no, I think it's like 3/4 of this cast is Saturday Night
a lot
alum.
of them are Saturday Night alumni. I've seen the trailer. I'm looking forward to it simply because I want to see where they take it. Because are they following the comics? Is this a completely new story? We don't get enough of this story, which amazingly for current trend in Hollywood is pretty amazing because they like to spoil the heck out of the movie in the trailers.
The international
Well,
trailer
they
tells you
purposely
what-
did this, I think, to drum the hype up.
Oh, yeah.
Because for how long was I sitting there trying to find that oops, like someone's selfie or what have you of someone in the costume, and for the longest time there was just one picture of one person in an outfit, and it
Yeah.
was kind of covered as someone took it with a cell phone kind of thing. So I think it's purposeful marketing just to
Yeah.
bring it up.
I mean, also look at the marketing for Star Wars. They kept so much hidden and revealed what they wanted to reveal. I mean, they never showed what was underneath the mask for Kylo Ren, and it's not revealed until the movie. And it was kind of a big deal, even in the trailers. They finally revealed the face of Kylo Ren, which is normal looking face.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think there's a lot. The IMDb page is kind of interesting in this movie because going to IMDb, it has Bill Murray, it has Dan Aykroyd, it has Ernie Hudson, it has
Sigourney Weaver.
and it has. I like to apologize to the young
Annie
lady.
Potts.
Annie Potts.
Annie Potts.
Annie Potts. So it has Janine. It has Janine. It has Bill Murray's love interest. I forgot
Her
her.
name.
Do you know
Dana.
what else?
What?
Dana. There is no Dana, only Zool.
Dana.
Dana. Yes.
Do you know what else it has?
What?
Christopher Eccleston as a secretary.
Yes.
Yeah, more
Not
Thor
Eccleston,
porn.
Chris
It's
Hemsworth.
more Thor porn.
Do
Hemsworth,
you know,
not
do
Eccleston.
you know the director of
Hemsworth.
this?
I am sorry.
Chris Hemsworth.
I
you
have
know,
a club.
You know Chris Hemsworth when they apparently this was actually talked about by Chris Hemsworth. Apparently, when he went to do the interview with the movie, he asked if he needed to lose a bunch of the Thor muscle, and the director was like, "No, can you put more on?" Because what he wants to do is turn him into this sex, like basically, like if you see some of the screenshots, he's wearing a skin tight white shirt, or his shirt's off, or he's in a hipster style outfit from New York. So he's like
the
trying
buttons
to.
are kind of the buttons do what my buttons do, only on a much better proportion chest.
So he
There's
actually
a little fantasy moment
purposely-
right there. You're like,
he sexifies the secretary, but the male secretary. So he really does turn it around.
it's
on
literally
him.
flipping the script.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing that just because I want to see how they handle it. Because you know me, I like I like things reversed, and it looks like it's going to be a fun ride.
I
if
will
nothing
enjoy
else.
it. I'm pretty sure that it's not going to let me down at all.
I think this is going to be very interesting. I'm already calling it right now. This is going to be one of the most divisive movies on Rotten Tomato.
Oh yeah,
The only problem I have with this movie, and I will still enjoy it, with Chris Hemsworth being a secretary, I can just stare at that all day. But why do we need it?
Why not?
Why
I think
not?
it's about
I
time.
think. Well, the thing is there's supposedly like 2 or
Just
3
leave it
other
as it
Ghostbuster
is.
movies in the works as it is. The Ghostbusters comic book right now on IDW, the line, is selling like mad. So there is still a call for
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
and the IDW one is pretty amazing.
And my thing is, I would rather see this than just a straight up remake.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
this is a retelling. This is slightly something different.
And
Otherwise,
we don't know what the situation is. Why it's
I mean, it
a
just
franchise.
feels like it's missing a lot of the things that the first movie had, because the first movie was made great because there was such a great chemistry between everybody in that movie.
But
we don't
and
know
this-
what the
we
chemistry is
we've
going to
only
be
seen-
yet.
There's only
Yeah,
been 2
there's-
trailers, and one of
and
the trailers.
the trailers are kind of short. I mean, I'm looking forward to it because
It just
I
seems a little
We're gonna go see it.
yeah, it's if anything, I will enjoy it. It may not be my favorite movie this summer, but there are certainly worse movies coming out this summer. Speaking of, I'm going to say this, and then we're going to drop the subject. On July 22nd, right across from another good movie, we have Ice Age Collision Course releasing. I
The
mean,
last one.
really?
Supposedly.
Do we need another Ice Age movie?
We
Can we
didn't need
just
the
let
last
it
two.
drop now?
Can we all agree that this movie should just not have happened?
I think the real Ice Age actually lasted less time than the span of these movies.
Yes. Yes. I mean, okay, moving on now because
Hold
that's
on.
like we
Did
can-
you have anything to say? Because we didn't let you say anything about this movie.
I haven't seen anything about this movie. There's no interest.
Yeah, no.
There's only one moment in this movie that made the trailer that made me kind of amused: scratching a UFO spaceship.
Oh,
Oh, God,
dear
there's aliens now.
No,
What?
no, really, no.
Yeah, I see
No.
that in the trailer.
Yeah, but that was like if that was the entire movie was scratching a UFO spaceship flying through space, I would have watched that.
No.
Because at least then it would have probably been funny.
Well,
Oh, dear
you know that's
God.
going to be little bits and pieces.
No, he
peppered-
gets out of the spaceship. They show in the trailer that he gets right out of it. So, again, it is.
Oh,
So, speaking
moving
of
on.
spaceships going through space,
on.
for Star Trek. Oh,
Star Trek Beyond is coming up on that same weekend, so we pretty much know which theater is going to be the packed one and which one's going to be the babysitting room. I am so sorry for the babysitters that have to endure that. Star Trek Beyond. I mean, Simon Pegg is a big Star Trek fan, and he helped write the screenplay for it.
no, he wrote it. Him and Doug Jug wrote the movie.
He helped.
No,
there
he
was
was-
one other person. Means
True,
he
but
helped.
he was actually the main writer.
Yes, he had help. Okay. Anyway, playing with semantics.
Tomato.
Justin Lin is directing, replacing J.J. Abrams, and I'm looking forward to seeing this one because there's one thing that I've heard that from one of the writers. Simon Pegg says that the trailer is actually not the best representation of this movie. It's actually a pretty good character-driven plot. And with the cast that we have for Star Trek, from the first moment I saw this cast interacting together, I knew they had hit gold with the cast because they have that chemistry even better sometimes than the original cast on the original series had. I mean, everybody fits their role so well, especially now that they've had a few movies to develop into
Yeah.
those characters.
Well, like the old Star Trek actually had a lot of the opposite because they had, good on-screen presence, but off-screen they actually had a lot of infightings, things like that.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, Shatner's ego, Leonard Nimoy. Thing is, a lot of the inside fighting was, speaking of that, was Leonard Nimoy fighting for getting equal pay for a couple of his fellow actors and actresses. So
Yeah.
that was always fun. My thing is, it's another Idris Elba. By the way, Idris Elba, I think this is his third or fourth movie we've mentioned so far this year.
When did he find the time?
I don't. He's also got another TV series happening. He's got another season of Luther.
Does the guy sleep?
Clones.
Clones. It's Idris Elba clones. My thing is, it's got the director of one of the Fast and the Furious franchise, and it does kind of make me worried. But the fact that Simon Pegg himself said, no, the trailer does not represent the final product. There's a lot of character development. Makes me kind of worried because the last time someone that Paramount mismarketed was that the television series that should not be named. Enterprise.
Voldemort? Oh.
Voldemort.
Enterprise. Oh, yeah.
He had a TV series?
You almost got Chris to say it, too.
No. But yeah, Enterprise. Do you guys remember Enterprise?
I liked Enterprise.
I kind of did too.
It didn't feel like a Star Trek
It didn't feel like
option to me.
Also, when they
It
marketed,
wasn't a Star Trek.
yeah, but you know why? You notice we're calling it Enterprise. Do you know we didn't call it Star Trek Enterprise? Paramount didn't want to call it Star Trek Enterprise because they didn't want the Star Trek fans to jump onto it. They wanted to get non-Star Trek fans. And that's why it lasted. Out of all the Star Trek series, it's the only one that ever got just 2 seasons, and they had to stretch the last season, which is why the final episode is a holodeck.
I didn't actually finish it. I liked it, but
The last episode is them on a holodeck. The whole thing's a flashback.
It's not a Star Trek.
Yeah, it didn't have the same feel, but I still liked it as a TV show.
So speaking of, now this is where things get
Now this is where we lean out.
Yeah, we like leaning. I'm in the wrong spot.
You are so.
Because you start to bounce. I'm like, explosion here, Alice explosion imploding.
So August
5th.
August 12th. 5th. August 5th. I was going to skip it purposely. August 12th. August 5th. Suicide Squad. Alice, do you have an opinion?
I have every opinion.
There it is done. Okay, Alice, go.
I have every opinion. Harley Quinn in a movie. That is all that needs to be said. I don't care about everybody else. It could just be a bunch of people with paper bags over their heads and there's Harley Quinn in the front center. It'd still be a good movie for me.
Oh, yeah.
The only problem I kind of do have is the Joker. The Joker...
He seems like a thug, just like someone who fell into a tattoo parlor. That's how I described him because, the tattoos typically have a pattern and a reason for. They just seems like he just fell into a bunch of stamps.
Did you see the trailer for it though?
I've seen one trailer for it, but I've seen several pictures of the actual Joker.
Yeah, but
he's
there's
like a
scenes
tattoo
where he's
guy.
like not even like he's just fully clothed. Like that one still shot we had in the very beginning with him shirtless. Like, I don't know where that is in the movie because
I think that's just a marketing play to show off Jared Leto's abs.
The only problem I have with his character in general isn't that, it's the teeth. It's the gold medal teeth.
The grill, yeah.
It's the grill.
He's gangsta.
Why does he look like a member of ICP?
Yes, exactly.
Do you know me?
No.
No.
So we have guys. We don't have a lot of time left. So real fast, Suicide Squad. My ultimate thing is this is their experiment to doing a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. You can't tell me that they didn't get an obscure. Marvel got an obscure title, made a collection team, and they released it with a 70s soundtrack.
Yeah. DC's called it that. They're actually marketing this as that kind of movie as their Guardians of the Galaxy.
Good. Yeah. Except the problem is they took all the fun out of it, which was the point of Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. So we don't have a lot of time left. So real fast, Ben-Hur.
Ben-Hur.
Ben-Hur will be long.
Yeah.
I don't know why this is happening. Pete's Dragon.
Yeah. Hey, Pete's Dragon the same weekend. Did we just launch into the year of nostalgia? Because there's another movie that is coming out this year, not during the summer blockbuster.
It's the Magnificent Seven. We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pete's Dragon. Did you guys see the trailer? I know you probably haven't.
No.
Did you see the trailer for this one?
Absolutely.
I didn't even know the trailer was out for this one. This is how well Disney's marketing it. I found the trailer for it. So
we literally watched the trailer as we were driving in.
Yeah, it's dark.
Somebody else was driving.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, "How'd you make it?"
Goldfish was driving.
Goldfish was driving. Thank God.
So the problem is it looks really dark. Like, you know how a lot of problems with Warner Brothers movies for me is it looks really just dark and actiony for no reason. Pete's Dragon the Pete's Dragon trailer has a 5-car pileup in the middle of the trailer.
Yeah.
We're not being metaphorical. We mean literally they show a giant car crash.
Yeah. This is not the Pete's Dragon, at least that I remember. Granted, Pete's Dragon is one of those Disney movies that I saw bits and pieces of, but it wasn't really my favorite one.
All right.
Like before we actually started, I looked up the movie poster from 1977 to now, and it looks like, oh, happy cartoony, and then Game of Thrones. There's a dragon in a forest.
All right.
It's not even well illustrated. Because I know, we just really want to get to this one.
Okay.
Kubo and the Two Strings.
Yes, that one you actually showed me.
Yes.
And I really
No, this one I tied you down and
Yeah.
you will watch this.
Like several times.
Have you seen the trailer for Kubo and the Two Strings yet?
Yes.
Oh my
Kim was
gosh.
not the only one he tied down and made watch that trailer.
Also, between our two Facebook feeds, we literally bombarded when trailers come out.
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking
really
forward
fast,
to this movie.
because we don't have a lot of time. Right. But this one, it's done by the same team who did Paranorman and Coraline.
Yeah.
If you like those, this is
oh my
a
God.
total throwback to This is a total throwback to Japanese, like Akira Kurosawa style movies. If you have any interest in this all, please watch it. It has what's the instrument called?
Shamisen.
A shamisen rendition of My Guitar Gently Weeps by the Beatles.
And it's just, the first
It's
trailer
very
shows it
haunting.
off. Oh my, the first trailer shows it off really, really well. And I thought nothing could top the original Guitar Gently Weeps. Hearing it on a shamisen with the epic orchestral background was just,
All right,
oh my
so
God.
The last movie we talked about real fast is The Space Between Us. This one we had no knowledge about, except that it was on the list. I'm the only one who actually did some quick homework on it because you were all you were busy working on this. We were working on this really fast. You guys had not even seen the trailer for this one, so real fast. Underwater movie looks like the city of Rapture and the city of Lost Children had a child, and this is what this thing would look like.
yeah, it's, I think we
With
might be
Abe
doing,
Sapien from Hellboy as one of the characters.
yeah.
Hellraiser's a character?
No.
I was thinking Abe got into Hellraiser.
No,
That's
No.
it's,
Abe Sapien.
I'm looking forward to it simply because I want to see more of what this does. When I looked up the trailer, I thought it wasn't the actual trailer because it only had like 3,000 views. And
So-
we've got to wrap it up.
I was trying to stop you. So, real fast, guys, we're sorry. We have to go. Again, it's an awesome summer. Find us next week where we're going to be doing some more Wacky Snow. Actually, next week is our concert.
And tomorrow we're
Oh,
going
yeah.
to be at South by Southwest Game Fest, so look for Pocky and me, and I believe Courtney's coming too.
So,
yeah.
check us out.